What's up? Figured I'd stream a little. Yeah, epic. What's up, Nye? Hyper Gaming. What's up with y'all today? Make sure y'all can hear me okay. Is it good? The volume's all right? Haha. Pepe. My day is fine. I just got in from outside. What's up, CJ Taylor? What up, playa? Can y'all hear me all right? Right. Nice. What up, Jeremy? Marshall Quizmondo. Volume is good. I like it. Yeah, I just was outside working in the yard, cutting down trees. Not actually cutting down trees, but I had a couple down limbs, some big limbs to chop up and get out. The wife went out with her sister, so I had time alone today. I figured I would cut on the stream, enjoy some time with my homies. What questions do y'all have about Epic? What's the deal with Juan? I didn't get it. Can you explain? What do you mean, Juan? Juan Direction? The new Mexican band? Newer on the channel, love the con videos. Yeah, you know, I just started a con game today, and I just haven't had a ton of time to play, man. I actually own several businesses, and springtime is when it pops off for real estate, and so I've had to back burner some of the content creation, but I do think I want to make a video, probably, I don't know, maybe tomorrow morning I'll put out a new con video. I wanted to actually... And I got a really good idea for an epic video with taking all the different types of epic players and making a video about it. Like, you know, like the, where's my notepad? I had a little notepad with it written down. I have it? Yeah. Here we go. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 9 different types of epic players that I've seen. Type 1 is the tryhard, right? That's the guy that, like, no matter what you do, he's always ahead of you, always playing, always there. And don't say that's me. That's rude. That's rude. It's not me. Vote. I don't want to vote yet. The reason I don't want to vote yet is because my cooldown for my dungeon is less than 4 hours. And so I want to hit my dungeon there at 2 minutes and 27. And then use my vote right after it so I get 2 back-to-back. Like, that's my deal with that. I think I'm going to play in the main Epic channel so everyone could kind of hang out. Let's put it in the main channel, and then we'll put a link to the stream, right? Can I do that? Share. I don't want to share it that way. Facebook, no. Oh, there's the video link. Yeah, let me do the video link like that and see what people... There we go. Actually, that looks pretty sharp. I didn't even know I had that on there. What up, B2? He's getting fancy, huh? We'll sit in the new channel. Bad. It's bad. Yeah, anyway, so the dungeons, you get the theory behind it. Whoa. Wrong screen. All these screens open. All right, so you get the theory with 226 left. If I used my vote right now to reset the dungeon, then it would come back and it would give me another 8-hour cooldown. So like for me, I'm East Coast USA. It's noon right now. Stream delay is bad. Yeah, it is just bad. Can I fix that? Let me see if there's a way to fix the stream delay, because I don't think I have it on there. But yeah, it is typically pretty bad. Stream marker, create highlight video, insert ad. I don't want to do that. I'm going to insert no ads. All right, so I can just full screen this because I don't need the other one now. But I don't see anywhere on a settings-wise to make the delay a little bit less. I'll look in the settings, though, see if I can make it a little more manageable. Let's see what I got here. I do want to talk a little bit about the new farm system. So you can see how I like what they've done is they've pulled and said the green checks here are ones that are available to you right now, but this is you're not eligible for it. The reason why, if I try to do RPG and then farm, it's going to tell me I need to be level area 4, but because I'm ascended, I can actually use the farm command. Now, the highest resale value is bread. So bread is I'm going to explain it, Pepe. Calm down, Pepe. But the highest is bread when you sell them. I think I can do an RPG, sell each and show, sell potato. RPG sell carrot. So the potato was 10,169. The carrot was 12K, and I think the bread is 15 or something like that. Our RPG sell bread B2. RPG sell bread. Yeah, so you can see on here if you are gonna regular farm, then you want to do the seed if you don't have it. But if you get a bread seed, then you'd want to farm that bread seed until you just don't have it anymore, right? So go on there. You can come back in, man. If you go to my YouTube channel description, you can just click on the link there and get the invites right there. So you don't have to worry about leaving the server, man. That's no big deal. No NBD. So anyway, like you're gonna want to stay on the bread if you can, but like you can see, I don't have those seeds. Who was that? Who was that had the bread seeds? Juzao, Suzuya. Man, that's a mouthful, man. I'm sure I slaughtered that name, but that's for sure. So anyway, that's the deal with that. Now, if you're into the super duper time travel, then you're going to be able to sell the seeds for score, or not sell the seeds, but you can buy the 10K seeds. And so when you get to that super time travel area, then you'll know that you can buy those seeds to make the difference in the score. And I can't do the super time travel right now because I'm not high enough dungeon. It won't give that to me. Let me see. I don't know if I don't even know if the ascended command will work on there. I don't think it will. Yeah. But if I do the regular time travel, it'll tell you my stats on there. So 4,000 extra EXP. I know it's kind of gross, but you do need higher levels on there and everything. So it is what it is. But you'll see if you end up with a score, you need 1750 on the super time travel to get the logs. Let's see if I can do STT on. Is it STT? Oh, I just slaughtered that. Let me edit that message. I didn't mean to do hashtag. Let's take that out. My bad. And it won't come on. So what? But I was looking to run on the super time travel stuff. Maybe it's not in here. Let's go to. That's all right. We don't need to mess with it. Just it takes 1750 to get ultra logs. That's the ultimate goal. I don't know anybody else who. What's up, Ian? I don't know anybody else who takes anything but ultra logs at this point. I think maybe if you had 200 time travels, you wouldn't care about materials because you're going to be able to farm them up. I mean, hitting the dynamite for 28 rubies at a time. I mean, I'm going to trade these in on my next dungeon or up. I'm going to end up with like another couple ultras just off of trading in rubies. It's crazy how that works out, but that's good because I've been using them to sell on my PRs. But I was able to get merchant up to 102, which increases the sell price of all the bread, the carrots and potatoes, and all the other stuff you can farm now. Kind of a cool idea, but what questions do y'all have? Like, what do you want to know about Epic? I mean, I don't know everything, but I can help out, and I'm sure there's some smart people in the channel. What do you want to learn? Let's see what other commands I can do. So then we actually put on some new bots today. I'm going to pop in and show you those channels. But we put in Ultimate RPG. It's kind of a knockoff of Epic RPG. But it's a little more graphics. And there's some slight changes to it, right? So same commands. If I do RPG CD, it's going to pop up and give me. So I can do RPG Fish. I can do RPG Harvest. RPG Mine. And then I always forget the other ones, right? But I can do RPG Chop, and then RPG Hunt, and RPG Mission. So they're a little bit different, and I just started playing this last night. We were kind of taking a look at it, but it is kind of the same. I got 21 of 59 health, but I'm trying to save 500 gold to buy a finger trap as the next attack. But I made a level, so you get one attack and one defense per level, and I bought a wool tunic on here, so... Sorry, we'll clear off some of these pangs. But it is a pretty neat game, though. I don't think it's gonna be too much different. I just don't think it has as many options. Duel takes forever to do. Like you gotta hit like reactions and icons and stuff. It's a mess. Like it's a super mess, right? But yeah, you can do blackjack. A little bit different. Uh oh. Oh, there we go. 200 gold. I dig it. We did Mude as well. I don't know about. I don't know anything about this one. I'm hoping that some people can come on and tell me how to play this game because I really just have no clue. But it's collecting these. You can hit reactions to start collecting. I'm so lost when it comes to this one. Yeah, I'm just super lost on it. But people love it. They've been asking for it. I mean, I've got a ton of messages. People love this game. So, well, apparently it's a good one. It's a clam rank 21. What are these two reactions? I don't know. I can talk in Discord and YouTube. There you go, Ian. Exactly. Yeah. So I don't know how to play those two, man. They're new. If you guys are into those games, man, pop in, show us how to play them because I am lost. Chop. Let's get a dynamite. And I don't need no money. I need those rubies. What? Also been playing a game called Illyria. This is one that I really enjoy. This is not for the faint at heart. It is not for the faint at heart, but here's the link for it. If you don't want to join Illyria, you can join there. It is a game that's going to take you a year to get good at, but they don't attack new players, which is nice. And if you join one of the alliances, they'll send you like hundreds of thousands of resources to get started so you can build. It's not like when you joined Clash of Clans and it took you 3 months to be any sort of good, but people kept attacking you while you were building. It's not like that. This game is very gentlemanlike. Then they go through seasons of tournaments. There's actually, the moon actually gives different pluses and minuses as well as the spring season. Like this one is just incredibly, incredibly detailed. You can go into your cities. And you can build inside of here. I don't even have a city wall yet. That's how noob I am. But then I've got 2 cities on here, which is kind of nice. But all you're doing is you're setting your build queue, you're setting your research queue, and then you can actually build, based on what direction you want to go. I'll show you the research tree. You're going to be like, what the what? When you get in here, look, you can all these research for different armors. All of them do different things based on just so many factors. Like some things are better. Why did you make me addicted to Khan? I'm gonna check in with Khan next, but then that's just the research the available on crafting, right? If you come down here, there's diplomatic research that you can do, there's magic research that you can do, military research that you can do, sovereignty, which is claiming squares. There's trade research to do like this, and then there's city research. There's crafting research. I mean, there's just so much that you can do inside of here, like. Literally probably a year's worth of research. And the good thing is that you cannot speed up research, which is good. But you can speed up building, but you need the I watched one of your videos and can't stop playing. I know it's an addictive game, but you can speed up your builds with what's called prestige in here. And so you can buy prestige like that, if you go in here. But the cool thing is you can actually sell prestige too, right? So you can buy it for 120 million. You can go buy 200 prestige from whoever's selling it on the market, which I think was cool. Ian99. Oh yeah, I know. I figured out the link on that one. I'm slow on some stuff, but I figured out the name thing pretty quick. So it's good. It's not a pay-to-win game. It's pay-to-enhance or pay-to-play. They give you free prestige every day. You get 1 free prestige. So you could actually use 5 prestige a week to get the boosts. So they don't make you pay to get the natural boost, which is what I love, right? But if you want to do what's called prestige building, you can have your alliance send you the materials, and then there's an option I can show you on here where you can extend the duration of your prestige account, right? Now remember, you get 5 every week, and I've got 7. So usually I'll stay at around 6 or 7, and I'll get the 5 free and be able to do this 1 week prestige account. Then if you wanted to do all your construction in the town you're in, you can invite new guests to tavern. You can do that. These are instant, and then these are week. So if you want a week of wood production, you can, but it's just 10-20%. So it's not pay to win. I dig it. Let's get caught up on our commands in here. RPG. We can do chainsaw. So there we go. And then RPG ascended farm. I'm looking for the bread seeds. No, still no bread seeds. Now, what's cool about the farming in this game, they put in a component where you can actually do some recipes, right? So if I do recipes cook, it's going to tell me like they've added in some carrot potato chips, and it does a random profession XP, right? So if I type in RPG cook carrot potato chips, it's going to give me a RPG ascended. Let's see if it works. Cook carrot potato carrot. Can't even spell today. Chips. Let's see if it works. It did. And so it gave me 25 crafter XP just turning the carrots and the potatoes into a carrot potato chip. So that's what I'll end up doing. I'll turn it to bread and sell the bread, but you know, if you ever want to raise those PR skills, you can just sit there and cook those over. So I've actually got the seeds to both, so I can just alternate, you know, potato, carrot, potato are the only things I'm doing. Yeah, I sell the bread if I have a ton of it at the end. I mean, you know, money's never going to be a bad thing, but you can still make the most of it for sure. Then I've been saving like my loot boxes. You can see like on here these 27 because you can buy seeds now to basically offset the cost, the super score of doing a super time travel. What I've been doing is just cooking the filled loot boxes to raise the loot box score, but it's ridiculous where my loot box score is. So I'm at 102, and I'll show you RPG PR loot boxer. I'm only at 13%, and I've probably cooked, I don't know, 400 filled loot boxes. It's crazy. So I mean, it would only be like 400,000 XP or 40,000 XP. Sorry. But I've cooked like just a ton of them in the last 2 time travels, and it's like barely moving. So if you have some guys that are really high level, like let's see, Loot Boxer, that are hyperactive, like Kit, I think he's number 2. Yeah. So my partner's number 2. He opens up a ton of loot boxes because he plays like, I don't know, 12 to 14 hours like every single day. The guy's a maniac. I mean, he's in the background farming right now. That's why I don't have my hunts are rarely up. But I'll show you just on this video, right? I've got 222 zombie eyes. I haven't even played since I did my dungeon this morning, right? I've just been kind of doing farming, and you can see that my hunt is rarely up on there, right? Hit my training. How do you see one? But what questions about Epic do you have? What about Conflict of Nations? I can log in and show you some conflict games. What games are y'all playing today? I know a lot of people play Hearts of Iron 4. I didn't have the time to learn a whole new game. This game takes forever to load because there's like so many units on the board, man. Like a lot of units. But we're starting to progress through some of the AIs that took over, so. And then I got me some planes that need a home. Let's attack right there with them planes. So what I do at the end of the game is I'm basically just looking to I'm really just looking to boost my score in con, you know. And so New England and the U.S. and Japan are the only active people. I think Japan and New England, New Zealand are out. When we did take this, I found a New Zealand occupied annex city up here in Fiji. But I just bombed it with the stack of destroyers. I mean, it was hitting. Oh, there's a Corvette in there too. So I just bombed them out and sent a guy up here to take it over, right? So actually, I think I'm just going to have him stop there. This game will be over soon. It's 55-22 to 59-20. But we're taking that land. Oh, man. Let me reset this guy. We'll go up here. I was going for that town, but I had a guy who got beat, so I was sending like the reinforcements. But good old Angola got there before me. No problem. We'll go get this last piece of land here and then pull him over to that town. And I think that's it. We're taking over New Guinea. Yeah, we're good there. Philippines should be good. All right, we're getting all that taken care of. There's some open land there. We'll go back to that town. I'm just trying to fill in the gaps because we're close to the end of this game. What up, EJK? But I just attacked Afghanistan. I'm going to go into Pakistan and take those two out as well. But whoever was playing Cameroon here, they went a little bit AFK. Let's see who's playing Cameroon. Jay Bailey, he just got back in. He went to right away, but he hasn't been active. It's pretty much been BV and myself, but BV he's been unconscious. 174 cities. And then HJ Bailey and Juicy, womp, womp, womp. I really want you to make a 30-minute video talking about what you should research and when to research it, because I'm not sure. Yeah, I got a couple of those out, but I wouldn't mind doing it again. The only problem is like for people who have been around for a few years watching the videos, when I do another one of those, they're like, oh, B2, like, oh, you're making a fluff video to get, ads out or whatever. And I'm like, no, people really want to know. Maybe I can do another one. But I can tell you, I can show you, I've got another game that I just started. And so I'll show you. I've gotten down in here though, where so I have these guys on auto path to Kandahar. I'm gonna stop them there, but this guy right here, I've got him on aggressive, and so every time something pops on the radar, they stop to shoot it, right? So. But you don't want to send a single guy out ahead because then that guy is, he ends up getting bombed. So I've got 2 rocket launchers here hitting at 7 on every attack. So normally within 2 attacks, they're gone. And then I end up sending the planes out. So like that stack is hitting right here. This stack is hitting this city. Oh, they're hitting that little small guy right there. Okay, there we go. I got these 3 rocket launchers coming over to Kuzdar. But I think what I want to do is bring this guy down and path him into that, because that little Pakistan piece is probably one of the only pieces of land Pakistan has left. Nope, there's more up here. So I'm going to take this piece of land and then kind of just continue up and finish these towns off. The game will probably end by the time I get up here, but I still want to hit any units that are out there and boost my score, basically. So that game's pretty lame. Let's go back, update our epic guy. Maybe. I don't know why it says not connected. Did it not go again? Why am I seeing everything but I can't see what's available? Why is it not connected? What do you think about Ultimate RPG? I don't know anything about it, and I don't want to. If it looks too complex, I don't have time for that. Yeah. I think it's a pretty good knockoff of Epic RPG. There we go. So I can do a chainsaw and a farm. I like it. It looks interesting. It's just not as complex as Epic RPG, to be honest. And so I think that I'm going to stick with Epic RPG, but I know Ultimate RPG is a pretty cool looking game, and if they continue to expand it, I like the idea with the dungeons and stuff on there. But it does pretty similarly mirror Epic RPG, so I'll probably stick with Epic. All right, so that's that one. So I have a new game, and I'll show you what I do and what I look at to determine what I'm going to research and take a look at in game. Right. So here's the new game that we started. There's actually 26 spots, so if you're going to get in, there's still room to get into this particular game and play as well. But we're going to be going into we got our alliance here, and I'll zoom out. We got Afghanistan, Pakistan, India, Thailand, and Vietnam. Which is pretty cool, right? And then let's check out the news and see what's in here. I surrendered North Korea. Mali is active. Romanian interest to all European brothers seeks to. I don't know why people get so verbose when they post something in the news. Just post what you got to say and quit trying to role play it. But anyway, I'll show you what I do. It's simple. When I start a new game, I go right to my cities tab, I click on here, and I hit shift, and I highlight all the cities, and I build a level 1 barracks in every single city. I do it every single time. Why do I do that? Because I immediately turn around and double my army by producing however many cities worth of stuff, in this case 6. Now my army goes from like 10 units to 16 units, and I can afford to lose a couple, all right? So if you're bordering with your coalition, so when you border with a coalition, you can afford to move your troops from the middle out. So like I don't need to defend against Vietnam, so I move these units out to the edge, and I move these units up to here, right? So this one is coming up, and then Asian David is this player here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to swipe this land across the top and then come over here. I'm going to group a stack because it's going to take a while for these to come through the mountains. It won't get here until day 2. So it's like another 8 hours. So I'm going to pull these guys over here as well. So I'm going to start attacking this town, but I'm going to do it with 4 units, and these guys are already attacking, right? So I can't see what their health is, but they're not moving, so that player's just getting hammered. So he can't come across the river unless he comes through Bangkok, and these units will be taking him out. So I don't think we're going to have too much trouble out of there. What's up, Paul? Thanks, man. Appreciate the support, brah. So we're going to come through here, and then Vietnam's going to sneak through the top of here and take all this land. The reason you do that, the reason you land grab on somebody early, is because every single one of these is worth, in this thing, like you can actually build a production thing in here to get electronics, which would be nice, because he's going Navy, I believe. But even if you go naval or air or whatever you go, you're still going to need electronics late game for your higher level stuff. So, but he's going to make 121 in money a day and 15 units. So if you go take 10 of these little properties, you're now going to make 1,200 cash every day more, and you're going to have 150 units to build. I hope that makes sense. All right, so those units are all going to be the same. If I come in here, it's still 15, 15, 15, 15, right? 15, 15. So you're going to take all these 15s away from somebody else. So if they are left with just 3 cities and 10 provinces, they cannot come in and rebuild really, really fast without gold, right? So you're limiting the amount that somebody else is going to come back and challenge you. So if you have 2 players taking lands away from somebody, then they're either going to have to move a unit out of their city to try to retake land to try to make money, or they're going to have to come after you. If you own the land and they're coming after you, you can see every time they enter a province, and you can see what the units are, right? So it gives you this visibility. It gives you a buffer when you move out of your land and you attack in there. But do not attack. So you can see David right here. He's got 3 units. He's going right to the edge of the border. Why? Because Myanmar cannot see him moving across his provinces or mine without a radar, right? It's too early in the game to have radar, so he's going to basically be able to get all 5 units up here and march this straight in and take Mandalay. Now, why is Mandalay going to be empty? It's going to be empty, or it's going to have 2 units or 3 at the most, and I'll tell you why. Because I'm already attacking down here. And so he's seeing my units moving into his southern land. He's probably trying to move units towards this from these other cities, not thinking that there's a threat coming from other directions, right? So David's basically going to stack these 5 units and walk through all these towns. Probably, I would come up north and I would come into this component city. And those components are really, really important for naval, which is what he's going to be building. So if you look on the research thing here and you come in the naval, like this first one is based on supplies, but every other one, I'm sorry, my bad, that's to research it, right? So if you come in here and you look at it, it's going to cost supplies to build it. If I go into Frigate and I look at what it takes to build it, you're going to see here it starts taking components. So running through the component cities is going to give you the best bang for your buck when you take cities. This with going to rares, like it's cool to have rares, but every game that I come into, I go right to this menu and I buy the cheapest rares out, right? I leave the 15 ones and I just go for anything that's under that, and because nobody else is now going to be using this against me, right? So that's just part of my strategy. I go in and buy that every time. And then whatever I'm low in, I can rebuild. So once I've built my barracks first and I've started my units first, depending on what's going on the map, now is when I start to get strategic, right? So I typically go in and I build the The next I start working on arms industries, and I just keep pumping out infantry over and over and over, right? So if every day I produce an infantry, by the 10th day, you're going to have this gigantic army of like 60 units that just steamroll somebody. No one's going to have really high level stuff by then, and nothing that can stop you. Let's say, for instance, someone builds a strike fighter, and they're going to start sending a strike fighter after you. Great. I hope your one strike fighter or two strike fighters has enough to kill my 10 stack, because every time you hit me, that 10 stack's going to hit your plane back for a 1. So basically every 2 hits, you're going to lose a fighter, right? It's just going to be so expensive for them to keep up with an infantry blitz, and then you can start to support that. So once your arms industries are up and flowing, your research is going to be tailored. So here, CJ, you're asking about what should I build, and I'll show you. Most people get caught up in the doctrine game, right? They're like, oh my gosh, I'm Western doctrine or European doctrine or Eastern doctrine. Like, it doesn't matter, right? If I go into my builds here, I'm Western. I build the same thing every single time, and I don't care what doctrine it is. I build infantry, and then some people will build National Guards because they're cheap. I prefer not to, because they're just so easy to beat. They're like, yeah, but I can send one National Guard and take all this land for nothing. I'm like, yeah, but one plane can knock out a National Guard easy peasy, and you've lost all those resources. Whereas if one plane is going after like a regular infantry, they're going to take a lot of damage. One plane or one chopper. They've got to move in a stack to have anything to counter you. So I'll do infantry, and I'll raise that. On day 4, I'll go right that. So the most important research I do is my motorized infantry, because they can just defend against everything, right? So, well, not everything, but I'll show you. So they're going to be able to defend against planes at a 1/6. So if you have a 10 stack of infantry and a plane comes in, it's taking 16 damage, right? If a stack of choppers comes in, they're going to be taking nearly 20 damage. So it just takes a lot. And then on top of that, if you have a SAM or an AA, forget about it. Like, they're not going to come after you with a big stack like that. So that's why I do modernized infantry. They're quick, and they have a pretty good defensive rating. See right here, an 8.1 against other infantry, even a 5.6 versus tanks. So with a mild other support stuff, you can do a lot of damage, right? So then the next thing I do, you would think that I would want to go attack helicopter, right? Because I'm like, oh, well, great, Western doctrine. I get the attack helicopter. I can research it. Wrong. Like, I don't want an attack helicopter. I'll tell you why. Like, they hit tanks at 8.5. Who has a tank before day 30 in this game? Maybe day 20 if you got a really good player who's going after it, but not a lot of people are going tanks or strong armored. Like, you just don't see it on the board. You don't see a lot of armored fighting vehicles. You don't see a lot. And a chopper has a limited range when you talk about a combat radius of 400. So if you're going to advance choppers down the road, man, like, you gotta build a ton of airports so that you can get like coverage to get these choppers out. I think it's a waste of time. However, most people defend against planes. So if you do sneak a stack of choppers in, it could be a game changer if they don't have the defense for it. So they got to build AA. SAMs won't hit them, right? So kind of cool. But what I prefer to do is sneak in here and build strike fighters, and get this strike fighter going as soon as I can. Now, the reason why for that is because you can get a stealth strike fighter on day 16 if you go this route. Now, I'm going to be using supplies to build my infantry, right? So I've got a whole infantry stack coming on supplies. That's the main component, and I'll show you what I mean, right? So if I'm going to continue to come up here, then I'm spending $950 on supplies, and there's a $700 on components. So I'm going to naturally have more components left over than I am going to have on supplies. So I prefer, and this is a personal preference, is to go strike fighter, and then that will be built off of the $950 on components and not use supplies, right? So you end up having enough to do both, and then, of course, you start using the electronics. The strike fighter is just an all-around easy thing that can do some damage all around, and it defends okay against other planes. The high-level planes will definitely, take its toll on it. So I do that. So that's my combo early game. I can get my strike fighters out, boom, 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 and then I'm going to support my ground by using radar. So on day 3, I'm going to start using radar, and then I'm going to be able to put those out. So Bark, this is where I'm going to combat your National Guard guys, because I'm going to put the radar out, and when I see the blip on the radar, I'm just going to send my plane and knock it out, and it usually only takes 2 or 3 planes to knock them out, and I could knock out 10 of them in a day, right? So that's why I don't like to use National Guards. I'm going to have that radar booming, and then because it can see stealth, very, very quick. Where is it at? It's well, in day 25. Because I can see stealth, there's nothing like special forces units that'll get caught if you're trying to sneak up and cheat or whatever. I like to use National Guard because early game you don't need to build army bases everywhere, which take a lot of fuel. And you just build recruiting offices, saves you fuel. Yeah, I don't use the fuel as much because I'm only going to be building strike fighters. What happens is you're going to get into a fuel mess as soon as you start building like some of the higher end units, right? So to combat that, what you do on the map is you look at places like this that are fuel, and you start building your local things, right? So you'll notice that when land grabbing in these different areas, like here's an electronics one, so you'll actually zoom in. Like if you get Saudi Arabia's again, I think it has 3, but you'll be able to come in here and hit like fuel, right? So as you're taking the towns, like you'll be looking specifically to move and hit fuel places to eliminate that. But that is a concern, especially if you hit like day 20, day 25. It also then allows you to immediately build up like an army base 3. Yeah, so I build 1s in all of them to get the quick infantry out, and then you're going to specialize. So you're going to put one to port 4 so that you can build cruisers. You're going to build 1 to a higher level airport so that you can build your higher level air stuff out of there. And then you're going to save the rest for like support and infantry, right? So you're going to definitely specialize your towns, and you can see that happening in the cities here where I'm already building Naval Base 2. There's a reason for this. The minute you get a Corvette out, you're going to put it on the water and start bombing towns along the water, right? They're not going to have a defense for it, so you can basically just wreck someone's town, and that's what's going to happen to Myanmar. Is I'm going to roll my ship out. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4 cities by Myanmar that I can bomb with a Corvette, and it's just cheap. It's easy money in there, all day long, all day strong, right? So that's the theory behind that. Let's get my turns ready on here. Let's see what we can get. Coins again. Come on, coins. You're killing me. And potatoes. I need the bread seed. How much time do I have left? I got an hour 53 on my dungeon. So yeah. So anyway, that's the theory behind it. And you can spam them out quickly and use air, navy, or MLS to kill the units and NGs. Yeah, I mean it's a personal preference. I don't like that method personally because I'm not on enough to go in and really move my air units to counter someone else's air units, right? They're only visible for that brief moment that they're over into the border. So like when you get across to the red zone, they become visible. But when you pop across the red zone, they're not visible. And if your air superiority is locked on to go fight that, you're going to cross over into my green. I'm going to be able to shoot you down with like SAMs or whatever else I have on support. So I prefer to be the attacker taking out people than to try to defend and be hyperactive on there. Any tips for grinding edgy? Yes, Anthony Lewis. That is a great question because in 0 TT, it's the hardest time that you're ever going to have in the game. That first time travel is brutal, man. It is brutal. And so what I would recommend is that you need a partner that's in an opposite time zone, right? So if you can donate to the game, it's yeah, there you go with EJ. It does get easier. So if you can donate to the $5 a month to the game, then that's great. You're gonna benefit from having that on there. But if not, then you want to find someone who's donated who's in an opposite time zone as you. So for instance, Kitsune and I are married in the game. We're partnered up. He's in Romania. I'm on the east coast of the U.S., so there's like a 7-hour time difference, right? I believe it's 7 hours. So when he's going to bed at 11, 11:30 or whatever, it's like 4 o'clock my time. So as he goes to bed, I'm grinding for 7 hours before I go to bed, and then it's only a 2 or 3 hour window before he comes back. Now, why is that important? It's because while he's doing his hunts and he's doing all that stuff, I don't have to be awake doing that in the morning, right? I go to work at whatever time, 6 a.m. So it's like 1 p.m. his time, and he's going to grind for another 9 to 10 hours while I'm at work. So I don't have to be active on the game. I just got to log in every 20 minutes, hit my training, hit my pets, hit my whatever, right? So it's great for me because I don't have to be sitting at my computer. So that's my tip on grinding those mats. If you can't find someone opposite time zone, then just find whoever you can to partner up with. But for the $5, it really doesn't cost that much money to play this game. And to be honest, man, I get way more than $5 in entertainment every month out of this game. So let's take a look at some of our other stuff. We're going to look at our guild real quick and take a look. The cooldown is 23 minutes. We're sitting on 2375. It's getting a lot more competitive to get over that 4K mark to get the 250 EXP, right? So what we're looking for, and I'll scroll it back so we can take a look at it. There's so many people on now that I'm streaming it in the channel. So, but now that we've gotten a level 42 guild, we're getting 84% dual bonus, which helps out like a tremendous amount too, right? So you're going to want to get into a nice guild that has a good amount of active players. Now, I messed up this morning and kicked the wrong guy out of the guild, but it is what it is. We're going to get him back in about another 6 hours, and then we have another person joining that's also on a cooldown. But that 84% bonus helps out tremendously. Let's see if I can get a guild, get a duel after I check out my pets, because I think my pets are ready to come back. And golly, man. So I think they are. Let me see. Yeah, they're ready to come back in. So I'm gonna do an RPG pet adventure claim and claim all my pets out. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We got 10 pets out and about. We got 7 epic fish, a bunch of coins, and woohoo, 44 wooden logs. Hot dog, man. Yee Kit, what's up, brother? That's my dude right there checking in. I like it. They did change pets a little bit, which I think is cool. So what they can do is send all your epics at one time. So I know that this is like hashtag top player issue, right? But you keep playing this game, you will hit this issue, and that is sending all your pets out. So previously, sending pets out would go. Sorry, adventure, learn. I'd have to go A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, all my pets in here, right? I have to like get every single one of them, know which ones are epic, but they changed that. So now I can just do epic, and boom, it sends out all my pets that are epic at once. So it sent out 9 of them, man. At least it's 2K now. Yeah. So I can just do epic or RPG and pet, adventure, claim, and that's the one. D came back early, so RPG, pet, adventure, learn, epic. We'll send it right back out, and it came back again. So we'll go ahead and collect again, and then RPG, pet, adventure, learn. I always type ASV. You know why? Is because my keyboard's a little bit offset on here, but there we go, epic, and it came back again. I'm telling you, it never does this. This will be the 4th time I'm going to send it out. And I got mega logs this time. Epic. I can't believe that's 4 times the same pet. You know what the odds are on 4 times? RPG pet, adventure, claim, RPG pet, adventure. I'm getting tired of typing the same thing. Epic, learn, epic. I was gonna say, if it comes back again, I'm shutting this down and I'm going and playing the lottery. RPG pet, adventure, learn, and I think I need to send out H. Yeah, there we go. So I'll show you my regular pets, my first 6 on here. I've been working on them for a while. I still need to level up a bunch of them. I've got a tier 9 that just this pink fish will not go to 10. It just won't go. It's important for the epic fight in the dungeons to pick up the essences and all that. But and then my second row of pets that I'm working on, I've got 1, 2, 3 epics on the second row. That's why there's 9. But I'm trying to get this fast up to get the golden bunny moving, and then I'm going to work on this lucky down here, right? So, what up, Sherlock? All right, so let's check in and see what commands we have left. Of course, Kit, there's no hunt for me to do because my dude is on that. I was just talking about you before you landed in here, man. We had the question about how to farm for mats, and I said you got to get a good partner that is in an opposite time zone of you, because that's what really helps out. While Kit's sleeping, then I'm going through and I'm farming nowhere near as much as he does. I mean, he probably is like, man, if I got to drag you around and carry you through all this stuff, so. But it's cool though. It works out, and when Kit goes to bed at about 11 his time, it's about 4 my time, and I can pick up the hunts for him for a little bit. We've got a really high drop rate, both of us. So while we're farming for just waiting for the dungeons to hit, right? So like at this point, I'm just waiting an hour and 45 minutes. to hit my dungeon, and then I'll vote, and I'll go from D3 to D5, which is fine because if you look at my inventory, remember we started, I had 222 zombie eyes. I now have 244. So just since we've been talking in the past 25 minutes, he's already farmed me 22 more zombie eyes. It's ridiculous. I know. Don't get mad at me. It's just because we play way too much, right? So EJK wants the duel. He wants to duel me. Let's take that duel. Let's take that. Oh, womp womp. Like, too bad for you. Come on, man. Pick something. Pick something. But you'll see the number of levels that I get out of this duel is pretty. He's not going to answer now. He don't want me to hit that credit card. He's scared of that credit card, man. No duel? No duel? I mean, there we go. It's 11 levels, and I got 3 guild XP, so that happens to be nice. But I actually needed those level. We have a whole server dedicated to high level duels. Since you're talking about me, your ears were tingling, man. You knew. We got a whole other channel over here on the dueling feeders for level 25. So once you hit time travel 25, you get an invite to that server, and then we duel each other there because it's hard to find a good duel at level 250 if you're on a regular server. So we usually do it over there. It's pretty cool. Then of course I still keep the official server here up. There always seems to be something that I need on there, right? So I'll heal up from that duel, from the levels from the duel, not the actual duel. And so I'm level 62, sitting on a ruby sword with an omega chant, coin armor, and I'm on 53 time travels. And my partner is killing it. 195 billion in the bank, 1.3 billion on me. That's kind of the stats of where I'm at today. Rank 24 in the world. Again, probably 90% of that is Kit. So Kit really has 2 rankings. He has his ranking on his guy and his ranking on my guy because he's 90% of my guy, man. I'm not afraid to say that. I am definitely the benefactor of that partnership because he slays every day, every single day. What other questions about this game, Epic, that you have? Because you got Kit in the chat right now, so if you got a question about the game, now's the time to speak up, I'll tell you that. But I'm going to keep playing and hanging out in the main chat. And kind of hang out with everybody. So let me know what you got. Arena, let's just pop the arena in this channel. And we even have a notification on here, so if you're not in this channel, we can notify you, and then you can jump in wherever you're at and hit join to try to catch up on some of these, right? And then I'll do a buy coin trumpet, RPG use coin trumpet. And I don't mind, RPG use. I'm also the master of typos, so... And then what we'll do is we'll actually notify in here and say, boom. We'll just notify people to hit catch, and then they can come in on here. So pretty cool game, though. I like this. Actually, I'm going to go back and answer that 4X question. Hopefully CJ's still in here. But I like Epic for a lot of reasons. When I get home at night from work, I can't really disappear up here to my computer room for 4 hours and play a game. Like if I was going to play World of Warcraft or whatever, my wife's going to want me to hang out with her and have dinner, as I should. And so I'll be able to play that game while we're sitting there watching TV, and I can farm, and she doesn't mind, right? It's all just me being there. And then when she has a question or she wants to talk about something, I don't have to stop a game to go do that. Most of the stuff will be on cooldown. I can have that conversation, pay attention to her, and then it's not like playing a game is not a bad thing, right? It's also the kind of thing where if I have an appointment somewhere during the day, I can scoot out, and if I'm 10 minutes early for the appointment, I can get Epic in and play for 10 minutes and blow all the cooldowns while I'm waiting for an appointment or something, right? If I'm in line at the grocery store, I can bang out my phone and boom, 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 hit my cooldowns and then move on about my day. So that's how I use Epic. I don't really sit at one time and play it for hours on end. Even Kit, like he'll tell you what he does is he's in online school, and then on his other computer he has Epic on there. So like I'm not gonna lie, like when I first got partnered with Kit, I was like, this dude's got to be using a bot, and I don't want to get in trouble for this dude using a bot, right? But then every time I would message him, he would answer me within like 30 seconds. And I was like, man, this guy really is at his computer, with school and whatnot. So I like it. And then I realized he's not on a bot. He's just a student who has 2 computer screens open, which is fantastic. Benefits us both, right? But I like it for that reason. I don't have to be tied to it, and it's mobile. I can hit Discord on mobile and play the game. What do I think about URPG? I like it. I like the graphic interface to it. Like whoever programmed that did an outstanding job. I think that's the level of that the standard of things that should be programmed to. The con for that is that it is a knockoff of Epic RPG in some sense. It's very similar. Even the commands are similar. And so it's kind of hard, right? It's like you have your first love, which is Epic, and then you find a new girl, and the new thing is shiny, and but then you realize that you had a really good thing with the old girlfriend, so you're glad you didn't break up with her, but you didn't want a two-timer. I don't know. Does that make sense? Here's the thing. I will probably play Ultimate RPG a little bit, but I'll play Epic RPG a lot. Like the new one won't take away from the old one for me. So Moo Day, on the other hand, I'm so lost in that game. I don't even understand what the concept is, so I probably won't play that one. How long does it take you to STT? So during the Easter event, it was every 2 days I could time travel, which was fantastic. If I didn't need to farm so much score, I could have done one probably every day and a half. It takes a long time. Here's the thing with super time travel is you have to forge all these weapons down to here, right? You need these level 200, level 500. I've never had to do this yet, so I'm not worried about it. But this is 20 scales. That's 60 scales. That's 110, 135, 235, 635 scales is what you need to super time travel, right? So that's why super time travel takes so long. I don't care about the 50 ultra logs anymore. I start with 10, so I dismantle them, and I have 800,000 fish that as I go through the trades, you're going to have, I mean, you can make about 65 to 70 ultra logs with your trades. So it's not even the ultra logs. I was super scared of that when David and I looked at that, months ago before we were we were 5 time travels or 10 time travels. And I'm like, dude, I don't know how I'm going to do 50 ultra logs, but it turns out that it's not that big of a hurdle. The only time it becomes a hurdle is when you miss a trade and you go to like very low logs on there. So how long does it take you? So Easter takes me 2 days. Usually I can get 3 dungeons a day. 2 on the odd day, right? So if I hit every 8 hours, which is what I get, the farm is nice, Kit, for super time travel. I can usually get about 4.5 to 5 days on a time travel now on a super time travel. So that's if I hit them all and if it's combined with a weekend. If I super time travel on a Monday, it's going to take me the full 5 days because there's no vote to give you the dungeon cooldown. So think about this, though. Be strategic when you use your vote. So when I woke up this morning, I got up at about 6:30, 7 o'clock. My dungeon was ready, but my vote was not. My vote didn't come ready until 9. So I hit my dungeon, and my dungeon timer now started. And 3 hours went by. I had 5 hours left on my dungeon. So I had to make a decision. If I used my vote, then my 8-hour dungeon timer would reset from when I used my vote, which was 10. So now in order to get another dungeon in, it would go 8 hours from 10 o'clock, so it would be 6 p.m. my time, and I could do that. Then I would get another vote at 10 p.m., right? So I would, in essence, instead of getting 3 dungeons that day on an 8-hour cooldown, I would now get 4 dungeons in on the 8-hour cooldown with the voting. So if you can do that and hit your time travel on a weekend and combine that, then I can get 8 levels on a weekend. So usually about 5 days on a super time travel. That's the long answer. Don't forget our duel yesterday. If it works one day, I'll fight it back. I won't forget it, man. The farm update for me is super, super cool, man. I'm incredibly happy that I can buy 10,000 seeds now and time travel with score without having to farm any extra stuff. So I love it. I love the farm update. I expect the farm update to get nerfed and probably only be able to hold about 2,500 seeds is what I'm expecting. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm calling that early. Put it on a quote, pin it on a board. It's going to go where you can't buy that many seeds. We expected more. I think anything that you do on a first run is more of a test to see how it goes. The one thing I love about Lume and his staff is that they really do keep a close watch on things on their server. They take polls, they ask for opinions, and so I think this first run will change on the farm. So get it in while you can, use it as often as you can, and use it like within the rules of the actual game, right? Don't abuse it.
You can only cook with the crops you get. Yep. For now, it doesn't have that much content with farm commands. Yep. The only thing to do is farm bread. Just to sell it. That's what I said earlier, man. That bread, when you sell them all out, I think the carrots are 10, the potatoes are 12K, and then 15K on the bread for us. So, gives good merchant EXP. 30 million coins equals 10 ounces. Yep, that's right. That's right. So there's a lot of ways to make that work for you. I would say that for us right now on the super time travel, it's going to be absolutely using the seeds as score to boost your super score on there to time travel a little bit quicker without having to farm. Although it's hard now with the 8-hour dungeon outside of an event. I think we typically over farm anyway, so I don't know that's going to help a lot during just regular time traveling. But there's 2 big events per year. There's the Easter event and then there's the Halloween event, which both have sleepy potions. And so it will become crucial during those events to be able to have the ability to buy seeds to time travel super fast. Even though if you kept your Easter loot boxes, those also counted for super score. And then, which I didn't know that until the end, which is why I time traveled so slow. I wish that I had known that I could have done a time travel every 2 days, and I just didn't. The first half of it I didn't know. So, but I do now. Now I know for Halloween as well. But yeah, the game is pretty intense. There we go. Let's go on to and then do our farm. Boop. There we go. Bread seeds. Hey-o. That's what I was waiting on. I needed the bread seeds because that's where the money's at. So why is that retracted message? I don't get why it's retracted. Can I make it visible? Pin report. Put user in timeout. Ooh, yeah. Put user in timeout. I like that. So what other questions about the game? I know that it's not an incredibly tough game. Whoops. I just typed RPGRD in the commands on the wrong screen. I dig it. So vote's the only thing that I have right now. Let's go down to new mentions. It's probably just a timer on there. Yep. All right, we'll just wait it out a little bit. Christmas, yeah, Christmas is cool. Christmas wasn't the Christmas one. It was. I know, EJ. I know, man. I think the Christmas one was hard. On the Christmas one, wasn't there a low percent chance of the candy cane or something? I don't know, man. It's been almost 5 months, but I think that was it. Like you couldn't get a lot of candy canes, but it was a benefit on there. Let's see if there's any cooldowns on my other games. Nope, 2 and 2. I'll go to my other town. 2 and 2. Let's see if there's any quest. Oh yeah. In Illyria, these quests are super important. You get all kinds of extra stuff for sending them out and dispatching stuff. What was this one? Haunting Hall of Fame. I don't need that either. RPG Duel. Training. Whoops. I think 21. There's 21. Big old sausage hands typing on the extra keys. I don't think there's anything on the guild to do yet. Nope, 5 minutes on the upgrade. And I don't think we're going to upgrade. I think those will be raids. But what I do on this is see how we're 1,700 off. I don't think we'll get rated at 97, but there's a chance we still could. But what I'll do is I have my alarm set for 4, right before the timer goes. And then that way I can go in and buy the energy we need to hit 4K to get the 250 for the XP here, because we should hit another level probably tomorrow. Yeah, it'd be nice, but you can actually do a lot of the tops on here, and you can even do a top guild and see, I think the lowest one is 53 or something. Yeah, 53 here. But you can see these are the top guilds. Could you imagine getting 180% XP on there? AJK, you're not a TT50. Come on. Sherlock wins extra hard. Panda's insane. Panda's at 100. I don't think Panda's at 50. I think you get the Panda pet at 100, which is ridiculous. But you can also do top time travel, and this is where you're going to just puke because Panda and Rebon, although Rebon's getting ready to pass Panda, he had about a 10 time travel lead on him, but Rebon has been just insane. Now Rebon and Scowen, They're both on our server on the dueling server. They hit each other and they get like 44 levels, 45 levels, 50 levels from one duel. I was like, bruh, come on, man. For 10 coins? What? Where's that guild shop? Show me the guild shop. RPG guild shop. I don't even look at it because there's never anything good in here. Yeah, so if you bought 10 coins, that'd be 5. Yeah, that's about what I'd need to get my 1700. Yeah, that's good, man. That's not bad. 250. I think that's what it was before. The problem was is every time I've done it before, I bought it too early. Oh, it's a B2. Gotcha, EJ. Every time I bought the actual energy to boost it up, we get rated because we were too low of level. So it's like, you got to wait till the last 10 minutes and then you got to refresh it to make sure you're over that mark. Because if you buy too high, then it puts you and it slaps you again. So anyway, that's good though. RPG Guild info. You get 10 coins. That's not how you buy it. Oh, 2,000. You mean 2,000 energy? Oh, I didn't even realize they cut it in half. Oh, I should really read the announcements more, man. That's cool. Yeah, I don't know why I was thinking 4,000 then. Man, that's easy peasy, man. Omega horse token. Just the Omega horse token just resets your horse breeding. It's an utter waste of the coins and stuff. So there we go. 28 rubies. That ain't bad. Oh, chop shop. Let's notify. Chop. So that's that notification roll. If you scroll up to the top of our server up here, there's a rolls thing. You can actually react if you want to be notified of epic events. Hit the sword. So that went to 673 people that wanted to be notified of that event. So when we go down into the event again, it should have been in our favor. But yeah, there wasn't enough people yet to pop it. Womp womp. Stealth 9,000, yeah. Oh, that's right. I did see that on there. I like that, though. 66 logs. Man, I hope that added to my total. Yeah, I've got 921 rubies, but I got to dismantle some stuff before we do that next dungeon. But I think I still have another hour on there, man. What other questions do y'all have? What can a brother help you with? Man, Saturdays. I love them. Love them. Man, I can't believe we've been live for an hour. What in the world? What in the world? Oh, let's get our farm on. Farm bread. What? 196. I dig it. And I got a bread seed back. Yeah, man. RPG PR. There we go. There it is. I've been working on Loot Boxer. It's so hard to raise, but I want that level 93 horse. That's kind of one of my next goals. One of the next 28 Omegas, bro. That's why your Loot Boxer score is insane, man. You're number 2 in Loot Boxer, by the way. You only got one more guy to catch. Did you grab that guy on the coins yet? I think you were going after one again on the coins. What? Where in the world did they get all them coins from? Holy cow, what are they selling? There's 9 people over a trill. Wow. Kid, are you going after the coins again? Even Panda made it back on. What are they selling to get that much cash, man? Holy cow. You can just tell how many active people there are, man. It's insane. Let's look at the top on our server. Won't he? Yep. There's some good players on there, man. Oh, Mecha Boy. Mateer's active too. Mm. $4 billion. What MB? What does MB mean? You talking about in the all training? I should have mini boss. Oh, when they're that high level and they mini boss, I got you. I got you. Huh. Boosted mini boss. I wonder. See, I hate to hesitate to stop and do a high level run like that. If I all train up for levels though, and duel up and trade duels to get higher levels, I mean, how long would it take to get to 7K to get that much cash though? You know what I mean? Would it be worth doing that, or should I just time travel again? Man, 4.4 bill. So for 200 of them would be $1 trillion. I never even thought about that. It was crazy. Crazy. Well, guys, I'm gonna wrap up. I'm gonna go grab lunch. Probably take a nap because I'm an old man. But I appreciate y'all hanging out, and we'll catch up on another stream maybe tomorrow or something. I'll see y'all.